Sri Sainathaya Namaha. In this episode of Baba's Leela, we shall continue the episode of the Leela experienced by Kashinath Kadirao Garge. He says, every day I used to ask permission from Baba to go back, but Baba used to tell me to wait till the next day in Shiridi. In the same way, Baba held me in Shiridi for 6 days. I had saved 6 to 7 rupees for my return journey, but Baba used to ask for 1 rupee as dakshina every day. Finally, I was left with only 36 paise. Baba said, "Why do you have the 36 paise? Give that also to me. The Almighty will give you lot of money." Before I came to Shirdi to meet Baba, I had purchased 3 good quality mangoes from the Pune market. When I met Baba, I gave it to him. Baba saw the mangoes and smiled and said, "These are very nice," and he got the fruit cut into pieces and distributed it to his devotees present, and he also had a piece of it. Before cutting the mangoes, Baba said to his devotees, "This person has got the mangoes for me and has not tasted it. But the Pandit who came today purchased 1 bag of laddus for me." After taking bath in Godavari, the Pandit was hungry. He ate some of the laddus and he presented the rest to me. But this person is not like that Pandit. He has not even tasted the mangoes, but that Pandit presented the leftover to me. By this, we understand that Baba gave preface to pure devotion and strong trust on the Guru. One should not offer used food to the Almighty. Baba had such great powers that he could know the incidents happening miles and miles far and would protect his devotee from any calamity. After I met Baba, my trust and devotion towards my Guru became more strong. The next day, Baba gave me permission to go, and I took some money from Bala Sahib and started. During my stay in Shirdi, I had a strange experience. Hari Sitaram Dikshit came to Shirdi with a bag full of silver coins, which he got by winning a court case, and he presented it to Baba. Baba put his hand in the box and took out the coins and distributed all the coins to the people present there. There was no reaction on Dikshit's face, even seeing all his hard-earned money being distributed to the people by Baba. I wish to tell something about Bala Sahib Bhate during his college days. He used to smoke and had a policy of living for the day. He used to say, "Enjoy life today. Tomorrow all have to die, so why worry of tomorrow?" He became Mamlatdar. Seeing his hard work, collector was very happy and used to like him. He was a Mamlatdar of Kopargaon from 1904 to 1909 for 5 long years. Many of his educated friends used to come to Shirdi to meet Baba. Bhate never believed in Baba. He used to tell his friends that Baba was a madman. His friends used to tell him to go to Shirdi and meet Baba once. In 1909, Bhate went to Shirdi and met Baba for 5 days continuously. On the 5th day, Baba called Bhate and put a saffron cloth around him. From that time, Bhate was transformed. From then, Bhate decided to spend his rest of the lifetime doing only Baba's seva till his death. Then Baba told Dikshit, the collector, to grant him a leave for 1 year so that he comes to normal state, and made Bhate to apply for leave. After 1 year passed, Bhate still wanted to do the seva of his Guru, and he did not want to get involved in all these worldly matters. Then it was decided to get him retired with a pension of 30 rupees per month. Question was asked to Bhate, what is the reason for the change in him? He said that the second Baba put the cloth on me, my thought process was completely changed, and he was transformed, and he got immediately inclined to Baba. All the worldly affairs was no more of any interest. The only thing he was interested was to do the seva of his Guru, which is Baba Sai, till the last second of his life. From the date Bhate stayed in Shirdi, he was doing only Baba Seva by reciting the Upanishads, and Baba used to comment on this. Bhate and his family stayed in Shirdi for their lifetime. I have explained in detail incident that happened in Shirdi during my visit, and the same has been published in my book on Guru Charitra in Marathi. Further in this episode, we will be presenting life experiences of the Tarkhat family with Sri Sai Baba of Shirdi, written by Sri Virendra Jyotindra Tarkhat. These experiences were narrated to him by his father Sri Jyotindra Ramchandra Tarkhat from time to time when he was alive. We'll listen to the first meeting of Jyotindra Tarkhat with Baba Sai. This incident had taken place on a summer day. Jyotindra Tarkhat had just finished his lunch in an Irani restaurant near Metro Cinema, and he was crossing the road to go back to St. Xavier's School where he was studying. This was his daily routine to have lunch in the Irani restaurant during the recess time. That day, while crossing the road, one fakir dressed in a white robe accosted him and begged for alms. Jyotindra took out a coin of 1 paise. It was a copper coin with a hole in the center, from his pocket, and offered the same to that fakir and was proceeding to the school. But the fakir stopped him, and he told Jyotindra that it is 1 paisa coin of 1894. In those days, people used to offer 1 pai as charity. Thus, 1 paise was rather a much higher amount to be given as a charity and from a student. Jyotindra told the fakir that he daily gets 4 annas for lunch purpose, and therefore he can give away 1 paise as alms. Besides, this 1 paisa is a running denomination, so that the fakir should not worry about it. The fakir then laughed and said, "Allah bhala karega." Jyotindra then proceeded to school and forgot about this incident. Jyotindra had 2 elder brothers named Satyendra and Ravindra who were studying in a medical college. Satyendra further acquired the degree as GGMC, which is Graduate of Grand Medical College, later changed to MBBS. He is the uncle of the writer staying in the Konkan Nagar at Matunga. He is no more, and his son and daughter are staying there now. Jyotindra's brother was a doctor, his uncle was a doctor, and his grandfather was not only a well-known medical practitioner but also the family doctor of Viceroy of Bombay then. In short, it was a doctor's family of Jyotindra. But in spite of so many doctors in the family, Jyotindra's mother, means the writer's grandmother, was suffering from migraine and used to get severe headache. All sorts of medicines were tried, but her migraine appeared to be incurable. They had a housemaid who worked with them and suggested to her that he should go to one Peer called Maulana Baba near Bandra Masjid, who, she further told, gave some Ayurvedic medicines which were seen to cure even acute diseases. Now, in those days, for a Hindu lady to go to a masjid to meet a Peer was extremely difficult proposition. my grandmother suggested to her son Jyotindra, who by nature a daredevil character. He organized for a burqa and took his mother by car to Pir Maulana Baba. But natural, when a human being is suffering from any acute ailment, such religious boundaries are no longer difficult to transcend. But after meeting Maulana Baba, their difficulties increased instead of easing out. Maulana Baba told my grandma that for this ailment that she was suffering from, he did not have any medicine to offer, but he told her that I have a brother named Sai Baba who stays at Shiridi and you can go to him. He will cure you and relieve you from all your sufferings. Now, both of them were in great difficulty. Firstly, my grandmother was a strong-headed Prarthana Samajist, and they knew that he would not give them the permission to meet such Babas. Secondly, where is this Shirdi situated and how to go? There was a big question. However, Jyotindra did not give up. Dear readers, here I believe that it was written in their destiny to meet Sri Sai Baba, and therefore no one could stop them in doing so. He collected all the information from the owner of the Irani hotel near the metro theatre. He came to know that Shirdi village is in Ahmednagar district and one has to go by train up to Kopargaon via Manmad. Then from Kopargaon, one has to travel in a horse cart to reach Shirdi, which is 9 kilometers away. This means one has to be away from home for at least 3 days. Anyway, Jyotindra organized for his father's permission and made all the arrangements for the journey. On one Friday evening, both the mother and son left for Shirdi. On Saturday morning, they were in Shirdi. They had made all the inquiry, and after they had freshened themselves, they reached Dwarkamai to meet Sri Sai Baba. They saw Baba was sitting in front of the sacred dhuni, which was lit by Baba himself. My grandma bowed in front of Baba and touched his feet. They looked at each other, and what transpired between the two is as follows. Baba said to my grandma, "Dear mother, you have come. My brother from Bandra has guided you to me. Please sit down. Oh mother, you have a very severe headache, is it not?" Then Sai Baba dipped his 5 fingers in the pan of Udi and hit the forehead of my grandma with that Udi laden hand. He held the forehead firmly in all the 5 fingers and said, "Oh mother, from now onwards till your death, you will never get any pain in your head. This headache of yours has disappeared forever." Dear readers, Jyotindra Tarkhat says, my grandma was stunned with this act of Sai. She had not uttered a single word of complaint. And how could Sai Baba knew the purpose of their visit and her sufferings? I think 2 acts of Sai Baba made a complete transformation of my grandma. One is the exchange of looks between them, that is eye contact, and the hitting of the forehead with Udi-laden hand. In fact, it was an order to that disease to go away from that head. My grandma had never ever had such a powerful dose of medicine. What transformation she was experiencing, she only knew it better. The sad look on her face from the headache was disappeared. She was fighting fresh. She told my father Jyotindra to bow to Baba. My father was astonished to see all this. His mother had never ordered him like that earlier. Then my father bowed to Baba and touched his feet. Instantly Baba said to him, "Dear Bhau, you have not recognized me." My father replied in the negative. Then Baba told him, "Please look at me and stress your memory and try to recollect." My father could not come to any pass. Then Baba put his hand in the pocket of his kafni and took out the copper coin of 1 paisa. He showed the same to my father and said, "Bhau, do you remember this copper coin dating back to the year 1894, which you had given as a charity to one fakir while you were on your way to your school?" Now my father was beginning to recollect the incident narrated at the beginning of this chapter. His eyes were in tears and he instantly held Baba's legs in his hand. Baba lifted him and said, "Bhau, that afternoon the fakir you had met was none other than me, and this 1 paisa coin I am returning to you. Please take it back and preserve it carefully. It will breed in multifold of paisas for you." Now, dear devotees, you will surely agree with me that such a pleasant Sai darshan, which my grandma and father had, must have been unmemorable for both of them, and then onwards they automatically got attracted to Baba forever. After this first divine Sai meeting, the Tarkhat family decided to reckon Sai Baba as their guru, and they completely gave up themselves for his devotion. The headache of my grandma had vanished forever, and her devotion towards God increased multifold. The 1 paisa coin which was given by Baba was put to worship in our house. We used to ask our father what exactly used to happen after meeting Sai Baba. He used to state that the blissful sight in his eyes had an enormous attraction which would pull anyone towards him, and that Mida's touch in his powerful hands could heal any deep wound. As you all know, that Sai Baba never equated himself to God and would always state that he is a messenger of God. However, my father used to say the priest of Khandoba temple, he later turned to a great devotee of Sai Baba. To the priest Malsapati Bhagat, he used to say that he had appropriately named him in his very first meeting, saying, "Aao Sai Baba, aao." Our India is a land of many spiritual Babas, and their devotees name them accordingly. My father used to say that Sai name suggests everything. His explanation was the word Sa in Marathi means Sakshat, actual, and the word I means Ishwar. Thus, from his point of view, Sai Baba means Sakshat Ishwar Baba. I must say that what my father had experienced during his visit to Shiridi was something amazing, and any common man like him, after undergoing such divine experiences, would come to only one conclusion, that Baba Sai possessed that supernatural godly power. I consider myself lucky to have been born in this blessed family, and wish that Sai Baba's blessings be with us for all the time to come. Om Shri Sai Nathaya Namaha.